All right, guys. Welcome to the Cinema Boys with your co-host Jacob Price.
And your other co-host, Devan Franklin.
So we started a podcast together because we're friends, and we happen to live together as well. So we're just here to talk about Captain America: Brave New World, which we got done watch. When did we watch it?
Sunday, I believe, so 2 days ago for us.
Sunday. Okay, yeah. Because today is Tuesday.
Today's Tuesday the 15th. Sorry, the 18th. We watched it the 16th, so I think it came out. It came out 14th, so 2 days after it came out. We watched.
All right. Well, I guess. Is there anything specific you want to talk about the movie? Or
I think. I think it was good. I think it's probably one of the best new era of Marvel movies so far.
yeah,
Which it isn't really saying too much with this whole Marvel phase, but it does give me hope for Marvel again, because it was looking kind of not too good, and I was scared that it was gonna, like, this next chapter we're just gonna go downhill after like Endgame and all that, but it's definitely seeming like it might be able to go back uphill.
yeah, it was definitely decent. I mean, it wasn't as bad as the reviews were making it seem out like to be.
Yeah, that one was like, my whole TikTok was full of it, of like content creators saying this is awful. I don't know if that was supposed to be some weird publicity stunt or something like that, where you have low expectations. It's like kind of like a decent movie, but nothing like too great.
Yeah, it's by far like not perfect. It's not perfect at all.
Yeah.
This movie like went through like a lot of reshoots, and it even got delayed a year. I'm pretty sure. So, just because that like the reviews, the sightings of the early movie was like very bad, so they had tried to fix things with the reshoots, and some in the movie you could tell, but let's just talk about the good. What's one specific thing? Because obviously we're going to talk about spoilers right now. So
most of our movies,
I'm about to say,
when we continue, I guess we should just start that off top of the bat. We are most likely going, like, whatever movie we do, and if we do shows, movies, whatever we do on this thing, it's going to be full spoiler, because it's going to be a full deep dive into a movie where, your videos are usually normally just kind of giving a review without spoiling it, where this is more of like a deep dive into the movie. So you'll pretty much learn a lot about the movie if you haven't watched it. It's just more of our take of the movie as a whole, and we're not going to really walk on eggshells around it.
So, what's like the best part of the movie for you?
That's tough. I definitely think I like the it's really weird specific thing. The fights in air were pretty cool. I don't know if that's like exactly my best off the top of my head. I don't know if I can.
No, I was thinking that as well, because I'll just say my favorite thing since you don't really like know. It's just like my favorite thing is how they differentiate like the different Captain Americas. How Sam's different from Steve. So like he has different mannerisms, and he fights different using his tech, because he doesn't have the super soldier serum or anything. He's just a normal human, even though I feel like this movie stretches that a little bit, but we'll get into that later, into like what I don't like about it. But
yeah, I get this one. Like, he's definitely trying to be more of like anyone, give everyone hope, where it's like if you see a guy like, like for like their world, if you're seeing Thor and whoever, I can blanking totally on the top of my head, like, like Hulk and all these other superheroes and Captain America before him, you had to be completely special to even have a chance to be this crazy superhero. And Sam Wilson's doing it without his serum. Obviously, he has a very high tech gear. As long as
gifted by the Wakandans, so.
So yeah, that's something, but it's also at the same time just he's obviously very gifted dude, but he is a normal dude, no super serum, no special abilities, born from a different universe, planet, whatever it may be. So I think it's kind of what their universe is trying to use, like their world is trying to use.
I'm gonna take a break real quick. All right, and like talking about him being like human, I also enjoy his human relationship with Isaiah Bradley as well throughout the whole movie. Like trying to get him out of prison.
Yeah, he doesn't see him as some super soldier or whatever. He sees him as an actual person, where most people in the world, it seems like they completely treat people who have had the serum completely different, where they're not exactly humans to them. Where it's like Sam sees him as an equal, as a human or whatever, and there's no difference, and he cares for him. It's kind of like I don't even know how to describe the relationship, to be honest, like completely. But I mean, yeah, he obviously cares about him and has a good relationship with him.
And I'm not gonna lie, like that scene after he attacks the president and is running away, and he like wakes up from the mind control. That's the best acting of the movie right there. That almost broke my heart. Like when he was like, I can't go back to prison.
Yeah, because I mean, 30 years getting tortured. I get it. And especially he didn't even do anything the first time.
No, he just saved his.
He just saved his people, and they decided, hey, he's different. Let's experiment on him for 30 years, and then he finally got out. So there's obviously a lot. Like Sam has a lot of sympathy for him, and tries to protect him at all costs. And it was funny whenever he introduced the Falcon, the new Falcon, to him.
And you watched Falcon and Winter Soldier, right?
Yes.
Okay. Because like I feel like you kind of do need to watch that movie to really understand their relationship and everything, or that TV show to understand the relationship and everything. But that's what made it like so sad for me, because I don't think the movie really explains it like that. So.
Yeah, we don't get like enough. I feel like it's 5 minutes max of them being together, and it's like he just randomly comes in to train the new Falcon, and like if this is perspective of just if you trying to even think about a relation of like how they are close or whatever, it just seems like all he is here is to train a dude, and then after that, try the Falcon, not just a dude, but he just goes crazy, and then he's in jail again. That's the majority of the relation that you see in the movie itself.
That's all it. And of course, for me at least, the Red Hawk scenes are there's not that many scenes, but I already knew that. Of course, I was guessing that they always market movies like not fully show. Like they want you to believe that something's going to be more a part of the movie than it is, but I'm so used to that style of marketing that Marvel uses. I knew Red Hawk wasn't going to be in it for that long, but when he was in it, I feel like that was the best parts of the movie, for me at least.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I feel like it's probably same for me. I'm trying to think if there's anything I could think of that I'm like, this compares to it, where it'd probably be up there scenes wise. The first fight scene was kind of cool to me, but that was just not like the best. But
I like the jet fight scene more than the first fight scene.
That one's probably my favorite. I would love to see more fight scenes, but I also know that there's very limited reasons to have a fight scene like that. So I get that. But I thought it was a pretty cool fight scene. I do think the fight scenes were pretty good overall. I don't really know if there's.
They were decent.
It's just like it wasn't like I don't feel like there's anything really bad about the fight scenes. There's obviously moments where I've heard Hulk transformations on screen do cost a lot more, so they had to cut some budgets where you can kind of see towards the end of the movie whenever he's calming them down, you can pretty much tell it's just like a straight up green screen. But that's if you are really looking into it, which I know some people will just pick at whatever they can. It's like, yes, Marvel's this really big corporation for movies, but they're not, they don't have infinite money, you know.
No, exactly. But those are my favorite. I'm trying to see if I like anything else really stood out to me. I mean, do you have anything else specific that you liked about the movie? Because I'm kind of having trouble.
I do really like this suit.
Oh yes,
The suit was really sick.
The suit does look good.
I don't know what it was, I didn't have any ideas of what it was supposed to look like at all, and then I looked at his suit, and I was pretty amazed.
And it does look good in action and everything. So that is something I forgot to say. I do not like the Falcon suit though, like the new.
Yeah,
Falcon.
I really hope that he gets a complete revamp, because it's like, I think it's just scraps from his old suit, right? Is what they said.
Falcon's old suit, but
Yeah.
the colors were just ugly to me.
You could tell it just was literally scraps. Like
Yeah.
it kind of had like vibes of Iron Man's first suit. You know, it's where it's like it wasn't the best, but it got the job done.
I actually really enjoy Iron Man's first suit, but
Women like looking, but you know, like yeah,
I think it looks fire, dude. I don't know what this man's talking about.
But like I said, like I told Jacob, we were luckily, not like luckily, but like we got to just kind of react to ourselves. And during the movie, we were alone in the theater.
We were.
And I literally looked over to you, and I said he looked like Boba Fett.
Oh yeah, he did.
I was like, what is this? Yeah, he just looked, he looked like Boba Fett. I was like, I was like, this suit is so bad. They tease a potential new suit towards the end of the movie.
Yeah.
So hopefully, it's cool. I mean, I gotta look up what the old Falcon suit looked like, even for a reference right now.
It was like red, like it had red in it. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, his old suit looks way better. It's like
I know his old suit. Yeah,
that looks way better than what I don't know how that turned into Boba Fett, but yeah, it's rough out there for Falcon.
Anything else? Because like I said, I'm ready to move on to like the mix session. Because yeah, I feel like there's a lot more mixed than good for me, but
yeah, I just trying my best to highlight as much good as I possibly could. I think it's probably it. I'm trying to see as much as I can, but I don't think there's anything else really that stood out to me that I'm like, this needs to be talked about.
Okay. All right. Well, the first thing I wanted to talk about in the mix session is that I know you like how you talked about liking the first fight scene.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I felt like the hand-to-hand combat compared to Steve Rogers' Captain America was very sloppy. Like, they weren't doing much. You know, it was like they would throw a punch, Sam would block it, and then he would take him down. Or he would just kick him.
Yeah, I guess it was, yeah, I guess he did kind of just overpower him or whatever. Maybe I was just more a fan of the drop itself.
Yeah,
I think.
I was just like, if you compare it to like the Winter Soldier, just like the fight scenes, like the hand-to-hand combat scenes are way worse than that movie. I mean, not like saying something because that's probably like the best hand-to-hand combat we've seen in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but I don't know. I just feel like for a hero fighting, it was just on the ground. It was a little slow. Like, I wouldn't really be a fan of it if he didn't have his tech, but he does have his tech, so.
Yeah, I guess, yeah, I think I definitely overplayed it in my head of how good it was, and then now you're saying it, I guess it's a little bit more of a refresher in my head. It wasn't the greatest. I think I was just honestly I liked the dive down more, and then the fight scene itself, there wasn't really much of a fight put up. But the one against
and then, yeah.
Sidewinder or something?
Sidewinder, yeah, I think that's his name, but I was gonna say, like, I kind of felt those scenes, other than, like, the jump scare, I'm not gonna lie, that kind of made me jump. It kind of did scare me when he started shooting at Sam's window in the truck.
Oh, yeah.
Like, in the middle of the street. Kind of came out of nowhere. But I was just gonna say, they didn't really use his character for anything.
Yeah, he seemed like he was gonna be more of a part
He escaped out of nowhere at the beginning, Then he showed up out of nowhere and then got captured pretty easily too, I would say.
Yeah, I would thought that guy would have been way cooler.
Yeah,
like the way they were hyping him
10
up.
seconds.
He's pretty much. That one was the most hand to hand.
And also, that's also like another like, how can Sam take all those stabs? Like, I know he's a trained athletic freak, superhero, so of course he's gonna be ready. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like a normal person couldn't just take like 3 stabs to the body.
Yeah, I guess I don't know how the body works is completely. I know he does take obviously some beatings from Isaiah because we saw in opening scenes completely takes a hole on punching
easy.
bag and smacks him. I don't know if it's just more of like somehow his body is just getting more used to it as time or whatever it may be.
Like,
but I don't know how it works because I've never been stabbed and punched like that before. So.
And then the next thing I want to bring up is I even brought this up in the movie theater. I don't know, you'll probably remember, but how in this scene near the end, Red Hulk throws like a flagpole, like he's launching a flagpole at these people.
Yeah.
And Captain America catches it. And, like, he has a jetpack pushing it, but like, even if you try, like, our hands and our strength
probably shattered.
Yeah, that's
too.
what I
didn't
mean.
think about that either.
So even if he has force for like helping him from behind, that doesn't really help our strength. So how did he stop Red Hulk from hitting those? I don't really understand that because a Hulk's strength is like. They were even like, Sam, you're going to die facing against them. Like, that's how strong Red Hulk was supposed to be, but he just caught a flagpole.
Yeah, I don't know if the only, like, their explanation is just the fact that, like, look, in Marvel's head is like, okay, well, but he just became Hulk or something like that. That's my best theory idea of why he would be able to completely just not manhandle, but compared to what we would do, he manhandled in this situation. But yeah, that jetpack is not big enough for him to not do that. I feel like like a full-on flagpole. Hulk strength is getting swung at me. My hand. I feel like it's more than just my hands being shattered. They're probably getting pushed in or something like that. I don't know how all that would work, but it was pretty. I guess they want to preach on the whole he's a human. And then he'll do things that you'll not see any human. Like, I don't know whatever in your eyes, the strongest human there is out there, I think they're not doing anywhere close to what Sam Wilson was doing out there.
No, even if like they have extensive training or anything like that. I don't know. They stretch the realism a little bit in this movie for sure. But I was thinking though, I forgot to say in the good section, I did enjoy President Ross, and like he was, to be honest, like the only character that had a arc that really changed things about him.
And they didn't really he's obviously trying to do better. He was trying to get his daughter back.
Yeah,
like she's
trying
completely
to get Betty, which of course you see for 5 seconds as a cameo.
But yeah, he's trying his best, change from his days of pretty much freaking out. I mean, he's like throwing things at press conference podiums. I was trying to think of the word was throwing podiums at press conferences, slamming his hands down, fists, everything. Veins popping in his face. He's getting so mad. He's trying to contain himself. Now, best he can, doesn't know he's getting pretty much poisoned to become Red Hulk. He thinks these pills are keeping him alive.
I mean, which they probably are.
It was probably a mixture of both.
Yeah,
but
he kept adding over time, and he just became the Red Hulk.
But I think I feel like they didn't really explore Falcon that much either. Like,
no, so
I don't know if that's supposed to be.
I was gonna say, like, I just thought of that randomly, and I wanted to go back to the good before I went more into the mix.
Yeah.
But I felt like there were a lot of characters that just really didn't need to be in the movie. Like, number one was like the Sidewinder character, really. Because he just, like, told us the plot even though we were watching the movie. So I don't know why you need to really tell us, but we're not stupid like Marvel thinks we are. And then the Black Widow character, she fought cool, but yet again, she really added nothing. I mean, anybody could have played that
She just caused more problems for Sam. And then in the meantime, and then she was supposed to be the bodyguard and she was shorter than.
And then she just started trusting Sam like that. Like,
Yeah, there's
I don't know.
smallest things, and then she was like, "Oh my gosh," because she completely hated Sam, and I
Yeah.
was totally against Sam, and then watches. I feel like when it switched was when I don't even know if it was even whenever the 4 other prisoners got shot. It was more of, and I don't know.
I think that was like kind of the
But
switch.
then she switched
saw it.
like just like that. But she literally had someone spy on him,
Mm.
and on their when he went to go visit Isaiah. So it's just like, I don't know. There's not enough for me.
Like I said, Falcon wasn't really used. He was just like kind of the comedic relief, because this is a more serious Marvel movie, which we haven't seen in a while, which I enjoy, because I enjoy the more serious Marvel movies like the Captain Americas, the Iron Mans, before they got very jokey. I feel like it all changed after Thor Ragnarok did good, because that movie was just full of jokes.
Yeah.
And since everybody liked it, they were like, okay, let's just keep adding jokes to our movies, and I feel like that just ruined it after Endgame.
Because some of the movies are pretty child.
Just like Marvel's, I didn't enjoy that movie at all. I'm not saying it's not like bad or anything if you do enjoy it. It's just not for me.
Yeah, like Deadpool is a movie you can just joke around the whole time.
Yeah, like that. But that's what his character's about.
Yeah,
like he's always been that type
but like
of guy.
you're trying to film like with Captain Marvel, you're trying to make some complete super strong, pretty much.
Especially when Captain Marvel, like her first movie was also like a little more serious.
Yeah, and then Marvel, she's.
But I'm not gonna lie, her being more funny actually helped the character, because I didn't really like her in the Captain Marvel. That's also not a good movie.
And then I'm trying like Black Panther is usually a pretty serious movie, and I don't have a problem with either of the two movies.
I thought the second one was kind of boring, but like I couldn't really be mad because they had to switch the.
Yeah, it was. They probably were almost finished with their movie and then had to completely switch it. I'm trying to think. I know Ant-Man and the Wasp was just bad. Quantumanian.
Yeah, the Quantumanian.
But I don't even know if there's really. I'm trying to think where they went wrong, but I think it's just everywhere. Like I can't think they didn't go the serious route. It was too jokey, but I don't know if there was that much jokes in there either. But I don't know. Guardians of the Galaxy was pretty serious, honestly. Like it got really real.
It has emotion, but that's also a very like movie full of jokes.
And from the trailer I seen for before the movie, I'm kind of scared about Thunderbolts.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, some of it looks really good. Like the characters look really good in it. I enjoy the side characters, except Taskmaster. But I feel like she's gonna die soon, like very early on in the movie. But let's just the next thing I want to say is I don't know how I feel about Sam as the lead. Like I don't know if I can see him being the leader of the Avengers, because he's obviously was set up to be the next lead in this movie, I feel like.
Yeah, I think they kind of jabbed at it during the movie. He's supposed to be leading the new Avengers, so I'm assuming he'll be the face of, or they'll try to make him the face of Doomsday.
And so, I don't know, is the Falcon also going to be in the Avengers too? Because then we'll just be having basically two Falcons. Because even though Sam's Captain America,
he fights like Falcon still.
Yeah, he still fights like Falcon.
And I think, off the top of my head, I feel like Avenger-wise, it would be
Spider-Man, obviously.
Spider-Man, they'll get him. Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
And then Falcon. And then who I'd want to see out of that. After that, I don't really. I'm trying to think who would.
We don't know who they are yet, even though an Avenger movie comes out next year. But.
Yeah, we have. It's going to be someone from. There's going to be at least.
One
or two
Bucky,
Thunderbolt.
Obviously, is an Avenger.
Bucky in the movie was, like you said in the theater, but we'll probably get that later.
Well, like that's a plot point in the Thunderbolts. That's like Bucky becoming a senator. Like that's not a spoiler or anything, because like it's shown. But I don't know. I just don't like it. Because,
I
don't think our America would allow, like, and even though Bucky's a good guy now, I'm a Bucky lover. I feel like, even though I didn't enjoy Falcon and the Winter Soldier, Bucky made that movie. Sebastian Stan, or TV show, Sebastian Stan was enjoyable throughout that whole thing. But I just don't see how he could become a part of our government when he was a Russian spy. And I forgot, until I watched a video recently, in this MCU timeline, he's the guy that assassinated JFK. So don't forget that.
I did read that one.
And obviously killed Tony Stark's parents as well. So I just don't know how we could see a Russian or Hydra agent becoming a part of our government. But hey, it's the Marvel. Let them cook, I guess, even though they haven't been cooking anything the past couple years.
Yeah, it's been rough. I was looking at the movies. I guess Deadpool was pretty good, but then it's Marvel's. It's Marvel.
And that movie's not even part of the Marvel universe. So
yeah,
the first two Deadpools weren't even Disney; they were made by Fox.
And then Guardians of the Galaxy 3, but that's pretty much almost supposed to be the end.
That movie was written for before Disney went bad.
Yeah,
Marvel
and then
went bad.
Ant-Man Mania. I keep saying Mania, but that was they probably went 1 for 3, 2 for 4 if you want to add Deadpool. I mean, obviously, there's probably some people who like Marvels or like Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania. Not for us.
Yeah, not for us.
You can like it and hate Guardians of the Galaxy, whatever it may be. Obviously, there's no.
I mean, yeah, but this is our video, so this is our takes. But anything else you want to add to the mix section that you didn't think were really good or really bad?
No, I think we really highlighted most of it. I'm trying to think. I didn't like the Black Widow lady, but we already talked about that. I think.
You think that's bad for you,
no,
or you think that's a mix?
It's probably a mix, but I was thinking about the other thing else. I think is definitely bad. That I have in my head right yet. Yeah.
All right, so let's just get to the bad. All right, so let's get into the bad, and I'm just gonna start with the worst thing. Probably about the movie was, other than the reshoots. I guess I'll talk about the reshoots real quick. Some of them you can definitely see the green screen behind it.
Yeah.
I don't know if they were just trying to get it done real quick, but also there are differences to Sam as well. I feel so you kind of notice how the attitude changes through reshoots, since you can't really get once you're shooting a movie and they're you gotta come back and reshoot some scenes. I bet you're not gonna be super enthusiastic about it.
And then you're not gonna if you're filming the whole time, the whole movie, you're gonna carry the momentum and also be more in character. And it's you get sent off. You're okay, yeah, we're all good. And then you come back and you're supposed to redo the scene. You're not gonna be exactly the same you were. There's not gonna be the enthusiasm where it's I don't know exactly how long his day would have been the original time, but he might have been looking a little bit more like he was in the scene itself. I don't know exactly how it works to be on set.
Yeah, we're not acting. Well, actually, Devan is an actor.
You can watch that. But yeah, I think it's interesting. Or I totally just glitched out for a second, but yeah, I don't know. I think. I don't know. I don't know what the first product would have looked like, but I feel like it might have been better than that.
But anyways, let's just go to the worst part, and that's the villain of the movie, which if you don't know, well, we've been spoiling the whole movie the whole time, but the leader from The Incredible Hulk, 2009, I think it is.
Oh,
2008. Oh. No, I don't know, bro.
What was The Incredible Hulk? Yeah, 2008.
2008. Okay. Yeah, so 2008, but he's supposed to be a super smart guy, but always the hard thing to do with those characters is they can only be as smart as the writers are, and that doesn't always work out. And that definitely happens in this movie. You know, I'm like, he knows how to use. Apparently, he knows how to mind control like anybody he wants to.
Yeah.
So he chooses to destroy Thunderbolt Ross's career. And that's the whole plot of the movie. Like, that's all he wants to do, and then he's fine with going back to prison. He just wants to destroy a politician's career. And that's it. Like, I feel like if you're going to have a villain that powerful, you should at least make him more threatening.
Yeah, because his only problem was, I mean, him and Ross had the whole past, and Ross guaranteed him or promised him that once he became president, he would free him or whatever it was. He could be out. He would not be in prison anymore. But he didn't hang. He didn't hold up to that, and he also stupid enough gave him his own lab. But I guess the lab was originally to work on Ross. But yeah,
To help him not die.
Yeah, and then it's like, if you're gonna completely ruin something, like, I don't know. Yeah, I get how it is. Like, you would think he would have found a way to use Ross and the Red Hulk to do more destruction as a whole, but then you could have just blamed it on just Red Hulk.
Yeah.
And then Ross would have been thrown in all that. And then, but no, he just wanted to have him freak out in one press conference. And that was all he wanted. That's what his big plan was, essentially.
And I don't know. Like, I know you probably don't know how he looks like in the comics, but in this movie, he just looks like a zombie, and I don't know if I really like it.
He looked very sick.
Like, yeah, he just looked like a zombie. I mean, green, like everything. Like, he just, I don't know. His head kind of looked like one of those things from The Last of Us, if you watched that or even played the video game. But like those monster zombie things that come after you. I don't even know what they're called. I'm not that big of a fan. I watched the TV show, but that's about it. But, I mean, what?
No, I want to look at that.
Oh, okay. I was about to say. But I was just thinking, like...
Yeah, it looks...
Huh?
That looks nothing like...
Like, there are some comic books that have them, like, have a bumpy head, but it's still nothing like they chose for the look of him in the movie.
Yeah, I know there's...
And I thought he would look a little more creepy when he was in the shadows, but when he came into the light, he just kind of looked a little funny to me.
I wouldn't be scared of him. I'd be scared for him. Like, you know, it's like, if I seen that, I'd be like, are you okay? Like, but I feel like the comic book versions, it's just more of like his head's just kind of bigger, like longer, and you can tell he seems a lot more threatening. And the comics play a lot more on the green, where the movie, he was not that green.
He just looked like a sick person.
It just looked
like I said, like a zombie. Like, if you think what a zombie green looks like, that's what he is. Like, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I mean, they should have just chose a different design, I feel like. But, I mean, back to the mind control. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I just feel like if you bring up such an overpowered thing, and he can basically get to anyone, and then this is the best idea that you guys can come up with. I mean, at least have like a lesser villain do it, and then I probably wouldn't have much as a problem.
But this was your main villain, you know?
Yeah.
Like, if this was like a side villain he had to go against or whatever.
I don't know. Maybe they just put too much on like Red Hawk, and they wanted to show off that battle too much, and just focused on him and had kind of the leader as a background character more.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just looking at the pictures of him, and it's making me more disappointed because I don't think I've ever actually looked at the comic itself. Yeah, I think it's like, I always think it's so weird. Like, you could have done so much more as the villain perspective with having easily. Obviously, he had so many samples of Ross himself off of just I think it was like heart surgery, I believe. His heart was failing. Is that the reason Ross even went to him?
Yes, I think it was failing.
His heart was failing, so he had everything he needed. That's what Sam even brought up to Ross.
Oh, sorry, I just thought of something to say after this, but
I mean, you had everything you needed to completely not even try to trigger Ross into it. You could have done it yourself. You could tell in the movie he was just trying to make him freak out by himself, where it seemed like he had everything you could do. You're turning these people in like FBI and all this stuff completely against everything. You had a guard shoot 4 super soldiers and then himself, and then you were trying to just talk to Ross and make him freak out instead of where obviously you could have probably easily been like whatever and to play the song and he would have transformed into Hulk and freaked out on everybody.
Yeah, but what I was gonna say is like this character deserves to be in the bad category. The others were mixed. I was like, they didn't really add much to the story, but like they had at least like 5 minutes or more of screen time. But this one character, like this army friend, was like literally so pointless because he takes him these like pills. He's like, yo, can you have a guy look at these for me? He's like, yeah, I got you. So later in the movie, they find out that gamma radiation is in the pills. And he's about to call Sam, and he just dies. And then 3 seconds later, the bad guy just shows up, tells Sam his plan anyways, and then basically gives up and gets arrested. So that character was literally pointless.
Yeah, pretty much. Everything that guy, the army guy, was going to tell Sam was exactly right before the press conference is what he told, what the guy told Sam, but they just killed him off for no reason. Which, if you think about it, he could have been where Sam was, the bad guy, Stearns, or... Yeah, Stearns. He could have been there where Sam was, and then whenever he got the call, or something like that. But no, he decided to go. I don't even know where they are at, but it's like I feel like it's. I don't even if I felt like it was an island, but I don't know for sure.
DC
or
obviously.
Something.
Are you talking about like the army guy?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I didn't.
I don't know where the army guy was, but he made his way all the way out to the army guy.
He got to Sam real quick though, so obviously.
Yeah.
I know they were too far away.
But it's like, so you're telling me. You just decided to randomly kill the dude. Like it was just literally random. They just wanted to add another kill to the movie. It seemed like.
Yeah, and it was just he showed up at the perfect time apparently somehow. Yeah. Maybe it was just because his probabilities. He actually got one right.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. That was like that all throughout the movie. That was like kind of annoyed me. Every time he was on the scene, he would be like, "There was an 89% chance that you would turn around if I put Isaiah Bradley's life in danger." I was like, bro, obviously your probabilities isn't helping you out. So
yeah, if you're so smart, you'd think you'd understand that he's gonna you would think the way he was acting in his mind, he would know every move, like literally every move he was gonna throw at him, like every punch, every jab, like he would know when and where it's coming. But he just was smart with probabilities, which I wouldn't even say smart. He just seemed like he was just pulling random numbers out.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Obviously his plan kind of worked, but like it wasn't even that smart of a plan.
It wasn't that smart. I feel like it was poorly executed in a way too.
Yeah, you could have just had Thunderbolt turn into the Red Hulk. I don't know why he needed the assassination plot. I don't know, just to add bodies to the kill count. They want to make it seem more serious.
Yeah, it's so like this guy just died for no reason. Poor dude. But where it could have easily been, honestly, I kind of forgot about him in a sense.
No,
that whole part because they were kind of early in the movie. I want to say, I don't really know what time exactly, but I want to say it was probably 20, 30 minutes in, ish, or when they first got for the Sidewinder, and then brought back the pills later on. Where if you would have just honestly dropped off the pills, I would have totally forgot because we found out ourselves that the pills had gamma in it, and then they just cut to him finding it out and then getting killed. Like while he's trying to get away to make the phone call to Sam, he just gets killed. Gets the whole plan put on. Well, gets the whole plan told to him and then gets killed like every villain ever.
And I don't know. And then I just don't know. Like I was talking about how Falcon like might be an Avenger.
Yeah.
I don't really know if I like him enough to see him become an Avenger.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's really worthy enough.
It doesn't seem like he is. I'm trying to think at the top of my head after. I mean, it's been 2 days.
Because like we already have somebody that's quirky. Like we have Spider-Man who's quirky. And
He's just trying to do too. Like he's obviously trying to do too much. Where it's like our Avengers are grown. Like the ones we grew up with, they were grown.
well, and they're dead now.
Yeah.
Most.
It's like where Iron Man was pretty serious. Captain America's serious. Obviously had some witty moments. And
Yeah.
Bruce was serious. You know, Spider-Man was a little bit of a relief if Spider-Man wasn't really in the
Yeah, but he's
original.
always more of like a quirky,
But,
nerdy type of guy. So
Black Widow's very serious. Hawkeye. Like, there's not very many. Like, this new Marvel is going to be a complete, twist. And I'm trying to think of. It's like, I mean, Vision. I mean, even. I guess. I don't know, actually.
I mean, true. Josh Allen's girlfriend could be an Avenger.
Oh, is she?
Yeah, because she's the Hawkeye. What did you say?
I was
What
mixed
did you
up.
say, Madam Web?
I twisted movies, bro.
Did you say Madam Web?
I did
though?
say Madam
Oh
Web.
my god, dude, that's not even in the MCU.
I know. I just. Is she though?
No,
On.
because it's Sony.
No, I meant like I think. I don't know what I went from. Right? Yeah, I totally just glitched out there again. That was funny, but no, she could be in it. I was trying to look at
No, you watched the Hawkeye TV show, right?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
Sorry, I was
yeah.
going back to your point. I wasn't trying to go back to.
No, yeah.
But I was looking at from Civil War, you got Bucky, Hawkeye. See, and then whoever what do they do with the Black Panther? I guess I didn't even think about that.
Civil War is also a more serious movie, obviously.
Yeah. So it's like whatever they do with Black Panther, if it's going to be. I don't think it's supposed to be Zuri.
No,
It's
gonna be
his kid.
It's gonna be a different universe.
And then
like
I mean,
Black Panther.
I'm totally forgetting his name. War Machine. There's War Machine.
I forgot he was even still alive, to be honest.
But I don't. Is he? But if he's.
But no, because like there was a TV show where he was a scroll. But yet again, I didn't watch really those TV shows. Heard they were bad, so.
So, Hawkeye. This is the list for Civil War. Probably. It's Captain America, Iron Man. I feel like it's gonna be some weird spin-off of each character. So, Captain America will now be Sam, or I guess he's Captain America now. But Steve Rogers is now Sam. Iron Man. I don't know who that's supposed to, who the replacement would be. Winter Soldier. Assuming it would probably still be.
Did we say Doctor Strange will be a Avenger? Obviously.
He probably.
Yeah, he obviously will be.
I guess we don't really know anything about Scarlet Witch.
No.
Completely after the show.
Well, after Doctor Strange, the movie, the second.
Oh
one.
yeah, Space the movie, yeah. Black Panther will be whoever they decide, whoever replaces him. Sam Wilson will be there. There's a Black Widow that needs to be filled, which her sister.
I don't think she'll be a part of the Avengers though, because she's already got her own thing going. Like she'll be in the movie, but she probably won't be a part of the Avengers.
But yeah, that's like the.
She's in the Thunderbolts, bro.
So I don't know who. The Avengers are gonna be. I don't know if they'll bring back. Do you think they bring back the Guardians of the Galaxy?
I mean, Star-Lord's on Earth. And
then
Guardians of the Galaxy 3 did say we will see Star-Lord return, so.
And then Ant-Man?
Yeah.
I'm trying to wrap my head around what we're talking about.
Ant-Man's daughter and everything, man. Still, all of them. But I guess the next thing we got to talk about is the end credit scene, which we did not stick around.
We didn't stick around for. I watched it online. You watched more of a breakdown on it.
I just watched someone really explain to me what happened. We didn't, because I heard it wasn't good. So, and then once I realized
It was the end. Yeah, it was an end credit. Like it was.
I was not staying. It was also, we went to a 10 o'clock showing, so it was already midnight by the time the credits were rolling. So I was really not trying to stay. But all right, so now we're gonna be talking about the end credit scene, and since Devin saw more of it, I'm going to let him explain what it is.
So essentially, it plays off the very last scene, I guess, where the last scene is him talking to President Ross, and then Betty shows up, and then I'm assuming he just goes down the hall or whatever. I don't know exactly the map out of that prison, obviously, but he goes to a different room, and then there Stearns is captured, and then this is where Stearns, he makes a remark. Sam goes, he's like, well, I guess I won the bet overall after all, or something like that. He's said he had an 85% chance of dying or something like that, or 90 or whatever it was in the movie. I forgot what it was. And then Stearns kind of gets up. He was like, that's where he starts talking about other worlds and other dimensions or whatever. He's like, you think, I forget exactly. I wish I would have refreshed on it, but he starts talking about he's like, you think you're the only ones? He's like, there's other worlds, other dimensions, other universes, whatever it may be, and it's coming soon. So he's just talking about the potential of other superheroes, villains, whatever.
The other worlds
colliding in somehow, some way.
Which, how does he know? Because, like, he's supposed to be this smart, but throughout the whole movie, he's not smart. Like, he's not. It doesn't really make sense to me.
He's smart, but not like that smart. Like, he's. I almost said almost like our smart. You know, it's like he doesn't seem like he's that smart.
No, they just trying to make him seem smart. You know, make him speak in riddles.
Yeah, but he was not like the way they were acting like his mind should have been. He should have done way more.
Yeah, but I mean, like I said, or like we said, it wasn't as bad as like I feel the other Marvel movies has recently been. The last Marvel movie that I thought was better was probably like Deadpool and Wolverine. I mean, I know that was probably the last one that came out, but you can't really go wrong with Deadpool and especially Wolverine and the cameos that they brought along with that movie.
Yeah, I think if you're counting out Deadpool, it's probably Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
Yeah,
which is 3 movies ago, and then I feel like it's kind of on par with Wakanda Forever. Or ish. I mean, maybe I'm leaning towards.
I would say Wakanda Forever is like a better made movie.
Yeah,
but just for my entertainment purpose.
Where it's like Guardians of the Galaxy, I can for sure say it was better.
Way better. I love that movie. I watched that movie 3 times in theaters.
The next movie, I would say, after that, where I for sure put over. I mean, I guess I wasn't that. Maybe I wasn't the biggest fan of Love and Thunder.
Neither was I.
But I think maybe Multiverse of Madness and Spider No Way Home for sure. But maybe that one. But it's like that's 5-6 movies.
And not even like personally me, like I was a decent fan of Multiverse of Madness. A lot of people didn't enjoy that movie, but I did. I don't think it's as bad as people say. But yeah, I mean, we'll see how this goes in the future. I mean, I'm pretty sure the next Marvel project we have is the Thunderbolts, and then after the Thunderbolts we have Fantastic Four. So we just have team up movies.
Yeah,
for the rest of the year. So.
And then on the Marvel website, it's what I've been on. It says Fantastic Four, July 25th. Yeah. And then it says Blade.
But Blade's not coming out. It's been indefinitely.
And then it says, but that's before Avengers Doomsday, May 2026, and then. After that's Secret Wars. So there's not going to be a solo movie again for a while. At least what they're telling us.
Yeah, because Spider-Man 4 is probably going to take forever.
So that's probably after Secret Wars. So yeah, it's...
Pretty sure they said they want Spider-Man to come out like after Secret Wars, but before. What, because Secret Wars, is that the one coming out?
Doomsday is the one coming out next.
Okay, so after Doomsday, but before Secret Wars is like where Spider-Man should come out. I could be wrong, obviously, but all right. I guess let's just get to the rating. Yeah.
Fine with me.
All right, so I guess I'll give my rating. I guess I'll give it just, I don't know. I feel like I'm giving a lot of things 5 flat since the rating we did last night. It'll be out on this channel, what I'm talking about. But I got to give it just a 5 flat for me. Just average movie. Mid, nothing spectacular about it. And it has its problems, for sure. So,
yeah. I'm trying to think what I would rank other movies that came out before that. Like, I would probably put it maybe a 5.5. I think
5.5.
Yeah, I think 5.5 is pretty good.
You always go a half above me, bro.
Or under sometimes.
So, yeah.
We're always a little bit different, but I feel like you're more of like into it where a lot more, where I think if I knew more, it would be different for me. But this one is just kind of more of, I don't know. There's always a lot to work with, but I think also from my perspective, I'm just glad it wasn't completely bad like I've been seeing.
If you were a fan of like Sam's Falcon, I see you definitely enjoying this movie. Like, it's an enjoyable movie.
Yeah, if you're a big fan of Falcon before everything happened with Endgame, like, this would be a good movie for you.
But I don't know, just like I'm kind of comparing because like it's a Captain America movie.
Yeah,
it's kind of tough when you're going up against the first
War.
Avenger, Winter Soldier, and Civil War, and especially when people think 2 out of those 3 movies are like top 5 Marvel, and like talking about Winter Soldier and Civil War, people think those are like top of the top.
Yeah, I think this is an attempt at like a potential like, testing the waters with Sam becoming Captain America, seeing how people react, or maybe trying to do more of a story into him, and then I don't know. Like, I think they tried to cram too much in. I feel like Falcon might not have been the new Falcon might not have been needed at all in this movie.
Yeah.
Where I feel like they tried to throw him in there as much as they could.
I mean, just because like he was a part of Falcon and the Winter Soldier, I'm guessing they just didn't want to just scrap him.
Yeah.
So
he was very early on. I think it would have made sense if like he tried to do something. Maybe he tried to help against Red Hulk instead of what he did, like the fighter.
Stop trying to stop the missile, but
yeah,
getting in front of it, literally. Like, what did you think was going to happen?
Yeah, I don't know.
Get in front of a missile. Yeah.
But yeah, you don't have the same suit as Captain America. Like, you've literally he kind of bloated that he made it out of scraps a little bit.
So, if you're a Marvel fan, obviously you're gonna go see this in the movie theaters. But I'd definitely say, like, if you're not too big of a Marvel fan, but you just like enjoy watching movies, definitely wait until this comes out on Disney Plus. I don't think it's really worth all the ticket prices. Luckily, we live by a small theater, so it's not too expensive. But if we went to like AMC's, that would be.
Yeah, I would have been kind of disappointed.
Yeah.
But I mean, it looks kind of maybe Marvel's coming back a little bit, but I guess Thunderbolts will really tell because like there's no solo movies for a while.
Yeah.
But I'm happy it wasn't complete. It wasn't like the Marvels or Quantumania.
It wasn't like going to the theaters and watching Venom: The Last Dance. It wasn't like one of those experiences.
It was still a decent experience. I'm not complaining too much about how I'm gonna be like I can't believe I watched that movie. I was fine that I went and watched the movie. I'm not complaining, but I would probably complain if I watched it in AMC.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, obviously, let us know how you feel about the movie if you watched it or have watched it already, of course. But yeah, I want to thank you for watching the first episode of the Cinema Boys with Jacob Price. That's me.
And Devan Franklin. I'd also like to thank you guys, and obviously first time. So I mean, it would only go up from here for us.
Yeah.
With this and continue to improve and figure out what we need to do better. You got to try it to know what you got to do.
Exactly. But, well, guys, we'll see you the next episode.